Alright, so, starting a little late because we're doing a little bit of paperwork, but we've got this. We can decide, where will this game land? How bad will it be? In which number here? I should put that. That's what it is. So you can see Mega Man 7 is still the king. Below that is Quest 64, and then Shattered Universe. I put Lufia 1 up there for a bit of comparison, because that's our next JRPG. And I think our second worst JRPG ever. Oh, sorry, we're playing Mega Man music. My bad, my bad. I start spacing that after a while. Let's play the best music ever, instead of that terrible, terrible drivel that is Mega Man music. This is much better. Okay. It's possible, Dr. Winter. We'll see. The problem here is we have a weirdly large amount of game left. I believe that's a good question. Can someone look how many negatives we've given to music so far? This is Danto, the town of steel laboratory workers. That's why we lived inside a mountain chain, completely cut off from the entire world. I'm beat because they work me hard every day. This is a weapon shop. That's expensive. I can afford it, of course. Hello, Colgrim. So, for real, if anybody wants to start thinking how bad this is going to be, like where on the worst list this is going to land. Because we still have game left, and we're already pretty damn bad. Looks like 3 negatives to music so far. Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Red. Oh, I already talked to you. I'm beat. No, I'll beat you. You guys are going to fight Tom Cruise? Don't even attempt to. Don't you know that nothing will come of your fighting? Nothing. What has happened to people in this day and age? You young ones don't understand. It could be in the number 2 slot. There's some gap there. Remember, the way that the curve works is every additional negative is worth substantially more than the equivalent positives. I forget what that's called. There's a mathematical term for that kind of a curve. But it does this. So, what that means is negative, I think, 2 is about the equivalent of positive 30 or 40. So getting down, like, a gap of 5 negatives is actually a really big gap, relatively speaking. That's why the worst game we've ever done is a negative 50. Whereas the best game we've ever done is like a plus 280 or something like that. I'm working in the engineering room in the lab. There are 5 engines. The center one looks like the most important. If you stop that big engine, the lab will stop. Thanks, kid! I'm sorry, what was your question about the visuals, Dr. Winter? I want to see my wife. I don't want to work anymore. I don't think she'll be okay with that. I wish I could live happily with them. I did give the second positive, but I was going to wait for Savacon. That's right, that's right. Gotta wait for Savacon. This game is definitely longer than Quest 64. I can tell you that from experience of having beaten Quest 64 2.5 times! Can there be worse visuals than literally make me sick levels? So hypothetically, no. But let me ask you something. Have you ever seen the actual worst graphics in video gaming? Without going into meme games. Meme games or incomplete games don't count. I mean just a finished product that people sold, that people still sell. Came out on the Switch. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to show you a video game. I want you to see Hoshi wo Miro Hito. The greatest game ever made. Behold its incredible glory! This is what you see when you start up the game. So, I'm gonna... For anybody who knows this game, shush. But for anybody who doesn't know this game, do me a favor. Tell me what to do. It's an RPG, I'll give you that. This is an RPG. What should I do? North. This is our movement speed. You'll notice we have to go one tile at a time and then stop, and then one tile at a time and then stop. Still going north. Okay, so we're probably dead. See, this we have 5 health. That's actually not true. We have 50 health. However, we did just get killed. Oh, no! Actually, no, that's not what happened. That's even better. This is the game. There is not a worse game than this one, other than FF14 1.0. This is the second worst game I've ever played. Okay, this is really bad. Hang on. So we actually have 50 health right now, because the game is programmed to round every number in the entire game to the nearest 4? Not the nearest 2 or 5 or 10 or anything that will make sense. 4. We have psychic powers, of course, but we also have punching that we can do. By the way, you're probably wondering why we're getting hit so hard. It's because we're level 0. Okay, I think we actually died that time. Okay, so we died to the second encounter in the entire game. Now, if you're wondering, you thought, oh, you just started with the game. Why don't you hit the continue button? Because obviously it's got to save, right? So, the save is this. This is the save. Hang on, it's worse than whatever you're thinking. Hang on, we're not done yet. Hang on. Hang on. Hope you're good at memorizing numbers. By the way, each one of these I'm making a separate digit just to really kind of emphasize how similar these are to each other. There you go. There's your password system. Now we're actually soft locked here, so we're going to have to actually reset the game to get back to the front screen. So if you hit start, what happens is this. This is where you start the game. This is where the first town in the game is. Do you see a problem with this? Did you know that in most areas of this game, collision doesn't work? So you can just walk through walls. By the way, encounter tiles are based on specific tiles, so there's no encounters for walls. That's not like speedrunner tech. That's you just walk into the wall because there's no wall there. Again, this is our movement speed. If I'm really like there's a pattern to it. If you hit at a very specific rhythm, which I'm trying to do here, you can keep going quickly. If you mess up, then you gotta pause at the next tile before you can go to the next tile. And you can see me kind of failing at it periodically and then getting it periodically. Obviously, this is not translated into English. So, where do I begin with this game? I mentioned we're level 0. Which means we can only attack with one thing, punching with our bare fists. Now here's the really messed up part. Because of the way the game is programmed, that's the best weapon in the game. If you actually bother to go buy a weapon, like a laser gun, it will lower your damage. It's due to the nature of how the game calculates damage and armor. The point is that you are better off never equipping a weapon the entire game, because your fist will always do more damage. And at a certain point, you gain more psychic powers, and then that'll start doing more damage. When you get to the end of the game, you can fight the space dolphins. Sorry, spoilers. Or you can decide to join with them peacefully. Would anyone like to guess what happens if you decide to fight the space dolphins? Saying you die is close. It would be more accurate to say that the game ends with the bad ending immediately, without a fight, because they didn't program in the fight, so there is no fight there. It just triggers as if you lost the fight. While you're fighting enemies, they have a 100% chance to flee from battle if they get below a certain health threshold. So, if you are attacking enemies, then they flee, and you get nothing for that encounter. The only way to kill enemies in this game, and it actually takes more work and thought than you'd think, is to get them down to about here-ish, and then pray for a crit. Because if you crit, you kill them. And then you get the experience you need. I mentioned there's no saves. There's also no continuing, obviously. Status effects are permanent. There's no curing any status effect in the game. So the enemies who do status effects will just do them. It's pure random. There's no controlling it. There's no nothing. I could go so much further into this. Now you're probably thinking, how is this game this bad? How is this game this bad? So, I actually forget the name of the company. I can pull that up really quick. Here we go. So there's a company called Hot Bee, who you've never heard of. And they were like, Dragon Quest, the first one, is selling pretty well. We want to make a JRPG. So they hired a separate company called Another. And Another put together this game. Now, if you're paying attention, this should sound familiar because this is almost identical to Tecmo's Secret of the Stars. They wanted to jump in on a hot thing because they thought it would sell well, and they didn't put any time, resources, or money into it. And you're probably thinking, well, how do you know that? Maybe Another really put the work and effort into it. Another consisted of one person. The whole Another company, one guy. This game was made by one guy. Hoshi Wo Miru Hito. Here, I'll paste it into chat. It's actually quite legendary. It is rather well renowned. It's actually very popular because of how terrible this is. This is 1987. This game came out in 87. The plot of the game, which I can tell you from memory, is there's an evil supercomputer which is running the world, and 4 children are born with psychic energy and have to reach out and stop the evil computer from destroying the world. But it turns out, massive spoiler, that there is no evil supercomputer. It's all just space dolphins. Now, the space dolphins are either evil or good, depending entirely on a single dialogue choice you can pick. And either they want to coexist with humans or wipe out all humans. Yeah, dolphins from space. Now, is this game completable? Yes, if you count the bad ending. Because remember, there's no final boss fight. This game is probably the second worst game I've ever played. And no, I've never beaten it. And I never will. If you asked me to review this game, I'd probably veto it. Because the only way I could ever review this game is if A, I won the lottery, so B, I could spend the time to C, do all the research necessary, to D, actually play the game. Because there's some games I do research on to learn behind the scenes stuff. Some games I do research on it to be able to tell you more about it, little quirks in the programming, or little cool aspects of, how the game is run, or what they do with the visual design, or all kinds of stuff like that. This game, I would need to do research to be able to play it. But I'll tell you right now, if we ever actually did that, that's probably the floor. That's probably the thing that would beat Mega Man X7. Is that garbage. Now, suppose we have to keep playing Secret of the Stars. I mean, do we have to? Okay, hang on. Okay. So earlier, Mr. Red was like, we haven't even found the bottom of the barrel, and I mentioned we could spiral down into this cave. That game is actually what I was thinking of, because we really can just keep going down. Although, that being said, I do think Hoshino, etc. is probably as far down as we're getting. The only way to go further down than that is to go into FF14 1.0. Why does a young girl like me have to work so hard? Life is unfair. Huh? Work again today. Well, see, there's a kind of a caveat on top of that, Mr. Red. Because when you zoom in the camera far enough, when you get to the very bottom or the very top, you have to start getting more specific with your definitions. Because of course there's worse than FF14 1.0. Have you seen any of the shovel trash on Steam? Or the games that someone put together 3 assets and spent 5 hours working on? Those games would arguably be worse than FF14 1.0. But it's a completely different category. Like, it's drifting off into its own thing at that point. And so, when I consider games for review, I tend to disqualify those kind of games. I don't remember the name, but I know you're talking about, Dark Day. I tend to disqualify those games because those are, let's be real, not really games. They're either, scams, like the company Stephanie Sterling had to deal with, or they're, learn how to make a game projects, or I did this in my spare times, or something else that isn't a real video game. I don't know how else to put that. By contrast, FF14 1.0 was made by several hundred people over the course of several years and put up by one of the biggest gaming names in RPG gaming. So it counts a little bit differently, And thank you, Dr. Winter. I'll put that towards Hoshi wo Mirohito. No, so, like, let me put it to you this way. I'm gonna pick on you, Mr. Red. Is that okay? Let's assume Mr. Red went out right now to Unreal 5, I think we're up to. Brand new engine, okay? And threw together a video game in that engine in an hour. Now, that game would probably be terrible. It would probably barely be functional as a game, and it would probably have no real content or story or anything good whatsoever. But it still wouldn't be in the same category, and I would effectively disqualify it from the entire review system by the nature of what it is. Make sense? Honestly, I could pick on myself just as well. If I went and did that, it would probably be even worse. Anyways. So, what the hell am I doing? Right. It's time to go to work. Where's all the workers? Oh, whatever. Oh, no, it's totally a company town. Make sure to get your guesses in. How terrible will this game be? You kind of see a range up there in the upper left. It's black and white on gray and gray, so that should be very easy to see. Not really Saber for Wife. I'm not sure what I would call that. Because it is a category of games. It's actually a very common category of games. There's also different types of it, too, because some people do that for, like I said, scams. Some people did it to learn the language or learn the particular engine. Some people did it just because they didn't feel like actually, making something good. Yes, Blade Travell, and no, I don't know why. Yeah, it's called The Secret of the Stars Effect, Crazy Norse. I should probably just get this game over with. Oh yeah, you missed it, Savacom. We just had a whole shtick. I just showed off a game worse than this one. You're gonna have to watch the VOD now. Oh yeah, there's random encounters in here with robots. They're weak to lasers, which we do have one of. Yes, Trihexia. That's true, that was a NES game. That is something that can be considered as something. I mean, listen, lasers are cool. That's why we shoot them in space as often as possible. Yeah, that's the other thing. This is a game we could make fun of and have fun with, like Ride to Hell Retribution. Another game that will probably be in running. There it is. Oh, wow, that's much worse than this. Holy crap. But, if we actually streamed Hoshi no, etc., there's no fun there. There's no fun there. All there is pointing out just all the little nuanced ways of how terrible that game really is. On the plus side, it would be a very short run. Probably close to, like, 40 minutes. That's a very good question, Dark Day. I'm very curious if Ride to Hell Retribution will... where it'll be on that list up there. A lot of people, including me, have listed Ride to Hell Retribution as one of the worst games of all time. But that was young, ignorant me. As I said, we can dig down through the bottom of that barrel. So it's possible Ride to Hell Retribution is not that far down. We'll see someday. Isn't it where I just was? That is where I just was. Well, at the moment I'm kind of lost, John goes. That's not helping. But... okay, that's the mirror. I know, right, Crazy Norse? I mean, again, the game I mentioned is kind of legendary, just like this one, for being bad. Oh god, the fence. Yes, I do, Dr. Winter. And you're right. Like I said, there will be fractals of negatives when we get to Ride to Hell Retribution. And it'll be another punching bag game. No need to hold back. Just punch! Just like it was Fallout 1. Punch! Final boss of the game. Punch! I can't believe that build worked. I'm happy that build worked, but I can't believe it. Yeah, I've got good news and bad news. The good news is we'll never be done streaming this game. The bad news is I'm completely lost. These directions are not helping any. Okay, hang on. Let's get back to where the mirror was. It's gonna be my signpost. Okay, so there's the mirror. Get on the pad to the north. Okay. Something over here? Nope, okay. Loving this music. It's very Mega Man music. Go back up to B1 and fall down the hole in the southeast corner. Is this B1? Punching Bag. I mean, Punching Bag, ironically, has nothing to do with the quality of a game. Just like Sushi doesn't. A Punching Bag game is just a game nobody cares about. That's all it is. Because I want to review it as a special treat to myself, my Kimono. Just like FF6 and Chrono Trigger. Those 3 streams, I'm saving. Do I have a favorite so bad it's good game? Probably, although Castlevania 2 is the first one that comes to my mind. I'm pretty sure I could come up with better than that if I thought about it. Mystic Quest, maybe? I don't know. I I love how there's no label saying what floor I'm on, so we're going to pull up a map here. Because I have a map right here. It's the Steeler Lab. Let's see. Figure out where the crap hell we are. This is just... wow. Okay, so we want to be... here. Hey, Savacom, how do you like this music? Okay, I know where I need to get to, but I don't know how to get there. So we're just going to start roaming randomly. Because honestly, I don't actually know where to go. Okay, I think the question bot's dead, speaking of which. So does all roads lead to Rome? Don't only describe how structured, but how can you begin and unlock those quests? I suppose, I've never seen a circumstance in which it also applies to, what you say, how a quest starts. But at the same time, I suppose, by definition, it would also include how a quest starts, or how a quest can start. So I'm going to go with yes as the answer to your question. One moment. Zalok asked me to screenshot this if we ever got this bug again, so I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick. I'm going to accidentally open Steam. Very important. This is all part of the process. This is all on purpose. Very much so. I didn't mute the game, I just alt-tabbed and it got weird. Okay, where the hell am I? Oh my god, are we back at the beginning? Jesus, we are. Okay, okay, hang on. Imagine this place with encounters, by the way. Just picture it. Here we go, this is where we wanted to be. Oh god, okay. Back on track, back on track. So, to go back to, I forget who asked its question earlier about cheating affecting the game. Yeah, this game is going to get extra negatives for the dungeon I'm going through right now. Because this is awful. I don't need to be spending an hour of my life in here to tell you that this dungeon sucks. Oh, hey, it's not all gray anymore. Check it out. Did you even tell this was a Switch before I interacted with it? Real question. Me neither. What happened? What the heck happened? The laboratory has been explored. Yes. Yes, the laboratory has been explored. They did it! What made them do it? What are you doing with it? If Tom Cruise finds out about it... Excuse me, if Tom Cruise finds about it, he'll destroy us all. We're all going to perish. I'm the mayor of Takedas. Huh. I see. You did it. By the way, I hear you're building a town. Okay, I think Tom Cruise is going to burn this town. Do you think we live in your town? I don't want to hear it. Let's go to Walker. Okay, let's do it. Okay. I kind of understand what's going on. Oh, right. Since Savacom is here, I can update the HUD. I can only do it when she's here. So, story positives, +1. Story negatives, -1. Gameplay positives, +0. Gameplay negatives, Whatever that is. I mean, it's about on that level, Shadow Machine. Oh, hey, they rebuilt the town. That's actually really impressive. Oh my god, they screwed up. They made the terrible wallpaper, or the floor. Good heavens, invaders from Decatus are here. By the way, do you want to save? Yeah. You know what? That's an interesting question. I don't actually remember. What is the 50 symbol? Is that a C or is that an M? And then we can confuse everybody who shows up. Oh, L! I'm completely wrong. I'm not interested in this small town. I'm angry. Okay. Sniffle, sniffle. I hate this town because it's just a kid's place. It's a fairly big town, isn't it? This is Walker. Oops. We call it Decatus now. Okay. I don't know, Chongo. Are you guys doing well? I'm the new mayor and don't need you now. Leave! Don't ever come back again. Get lost. Please don't go. What will we do now? So we just got banished from our town by the Decatorites who just settled within it. Meanwhile, elsewhere. What do you think, Jaguar? It looks like one of Godum's tricks. You know, Tom Cruise has a jetpack. An island where the stars come. Brisbane. Runner, hurry. What? I'm sorry, that's not Tom Cruise. I don't know why I said that. Tom Cruise is the face. But yeah, we've been Arafood. That's exactly right. You've changed too much. You must leave. Okay. Well, the good news is I can actually go straight to Brisbane because I was already there. The good news is I know where Brisbane is, so I can just fly right there. Yeah, I can give them a milk run. Let's see. I want them to destroy an entire Imperial fleet by themselves, Zach Taft. Oh, here's Brisbane. Ha! Ha! Ah! You are too late. This town is over. Farewell. Okay. We are, of course, completely unhindered or harmed by anything that just happened. You know, they've destroyed several towns before. We're up to 6, by the way. But this is impressive. They leveled this place. What? Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Now we're Dragon Questing. Yeah! Yeah, baby! This is it! You know, that's actually a good question, Crazy Norse. I mean, one of the frickin' towns had a giant lava thing under it. Oh, Savicom's got a good point. Screw shoes. I have wind shoes, which increases my speed. Oh, it also increases my defense, though. Okay. I will actually wear them, then, I guess. And you can have rose shoes instead of wooden shoes. Now, see, that sounds worthwhile, Octave. Joking aside, that'd be cool. I'd like to watch that. It's gonna be a short one, but I think it'll be a good one, Dark Day. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. Ugh, excuse me. Oh, Shattered Universe is pretty bad, yeah. Hi, guys. I understand you managed to make it here. The Pit of Darkness will be the best grave for homeless people like you. Sleep in the Pit of Darkness forever. It's still the D&D covers. Look at it. Look at it. Anyways, this is apparently one of the hardest bosses in the game. He can multicast Bolt 3, which is a party hit. I remind you, we don't have much in the way of AoE healing. I was gonna say, the moment he does any AoE attack, Dan is dead. Also, you can see how much health he is. Oh, yep, there we go. Oh my god. That's hitting us for 100 damage. We are level 99, and that's hitting for 100. Wow. That is bonkers. I like how uniquely boring the boss music is. You ever think about that? Alright, it's boss time. Da 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 da. Oh, great. After all of that power, can't destroy Tom Cruise. Okay. Aquatillion! Oh, hey, we got the best claw. Damn it, Jake Fake Snake Cake. I didn't know. I didn't know. You ruined it. Let's give her the best claw. That is so barely an upgrade. That's actually funny. Please tell me I can teleport out of here. Oh my god. Okay, hold up. Surely. Okay, we're okay. Remember, there are dungeons you cannot flee out of. Okay. Oh, God. Yeah. Excuse me. What am I doing? So now that we've been banished from our home, let's go back to our home. Hey, we've been unbanished from our home. Scram, you grown-ups. I'll get you. Wait a minute. I said wait. Calm down, calm down. No need to get upset. They will never be here, since they were beaten so badly. Welcome back. I, Sir Dynamite, and the kids fought off the forces from Takeda's. They served Tom Cruise. Huh, serves you right. Come here. I found out something great. I don't mean to show off, but I know there is something. Okay. What? This is great! I think that this has something to do with Runner's father, so I didn't touch it. Search until your heart's content. Mr. Wolf? When the five powers unite, the ship will voyage again. Don't worry, it's just me, Zactaf. It's just me. Vader's busy. He got his wires tripped. Hi, Jovan. Welcome to hell. Do you see the score on the screen, Jovan? Anyways. What? Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Alright, so I now need to go find several quest items. Four of them. Don't worry, I'm sure the game tells me that there's 4 quest items I need. And where to get them. Yep. To the walkthrough. So we need... Iridium is the first thing we need. Which is... No. 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 It didn't even tell me that, Javan, but yes, that is what I need. Alright. 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 You ready for this? Hang on. Let's see if we're correct. I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times in my life. Yep. We need the second party. These are the levels of my second party. It's the thing under the LV in the lower right, if you're not catching it immediately. So yeah, we're gonna make a cheat. I'm not playing around with this. I am not playing around with this nonsense. So we're just gonna do this, and this, and this. Why do we have Guile on our team? Not playing around with this. Dun 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 dun. Sorry. Actually, you know what? I have to decide what negative that is. Because that, if you're paying attention, that's like 3 separate problems all kind of running into each other. Like, you notice that, right? That's not like one issue. That's, hey, you've been leveling that second party that's never been needed for anything the entire game, right? Oh, you haven't been? Oh, well, it sucks to be you! Alright, let's get out of here. What? We can't use the airship as the second party. We can't use the airship as the second party. I have to beat the game, Job, and you don't understand. I have to beat the game. I have to beat the game. And I have to loot the chests because I need the iridium. That's the whole reason we're here. Is I need to loot iridium in a cave next to a box of scraps. Yeah, I was just thinking, my gear is absolutely terrible. Thank God we can magically turn off encounters, too. Because I am not playing at this point. I already did the gold cheat earlier. Well, glitch. So we could buy some gear if I knew where to buy some. Oh my god. This is just this exact You know, Hoshi no etc. is arguably a worse game than this. It is. But it's a worse game because it's an incomplete game. It's not bad design. It's absence of design. Someone, probably someone, somewhere, sat down and thought, alright, we need to encourage the second-party mechanic. I've got it. We're going to make it so that there's these special items that you need to progress the story. We're not going to tell the player what those items are, or that they exist. What's going to happen is they're going to reach a certain point in the game and not be able to progress and not know how or why and be stuck forever because nothing whatsoever indicates that you have to go loot these random chests and dungeons as the second party to get the... and then transfer those items to the first party because only the first party can use those items in order to actually progress the game. This is... Imagine doing this on the SNES, 1993, no game facts, no strategy guide, no internet, no Nintendo Power, because they don't cover this crap. How? How did you beat this game, Jake Fake Snake Cake? How? I'm not even joking. You have to tell me. Are you a wizard? Can you see the future? What's next week's lottery winning numbers? Because I could really use that answer right about now. Oh my god. Okay. So that's... Okay. So that's the Iridium. We got the Iridium. Now we need to get the Ultrium. It was like being castrated in a car wreck. That is the best description of this game I have ever heard. May I quote you on that when I put that on the review page? It's like being castrated in a car wreck. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh my god. Huh. Okay. You know what's funny? We're actually extraordinarily close to the end of the game. It's just we have to go do this padding right now. Well, that's because those people are stupid, Triexia. Now, if you're calling me stupid, that's okay. I accept that. Might still stab you, though. Stab. Yes, if we're doing well enough here. Okay, so where are we going? Where is this stupid place? Star Shrine 2. I don't actually know where this is. Okay, I gotta find it manually because I don't have the airship. Do I have teleports? Does anybody have... Oh, hey, we have a teleport. Oh my god. Okay. I just realized I don't even care about the game's music at this point. Here, what's the most offbeat yet still good music? You know what? I've got it. I've got the perfect song for this. The song name is Beauty is a Sin. I cannot think of a more perfect song for this game. Where is this stupid place? Is it over here? Think. God, hang on. there's the bridge. Where's the stupid shrine? Is it up? Gotta be up. There it is, maybe. Hey, here we go. Perfect. You like the same dungeon again, right? Except slightly different. Like, dungeon remixes are all the fab. At least that's what Daggerfall keeps telling me. The most epic dungeon you'll ever see in this game. Yep, the first party gets to an a mandatory boss fight, and the additional spell unlocks. The second party gets these dungeons, and quest items. Damn it, Dark Tay. I'm gonna wake up and be like, no! I knew it. I came up with the worst game. This is actually a remix, but the original song is from Nier Automata. Great boss fight, by the way. One of my favorite fights in that game. Ultrium. Oh god, this is secretly a Nier game? We have to beat this game 5 times, everyone? Sorry. Just so you know. Okay, so I got the Iridium and the Ultrium. Next! Now we need the Elledium. Which is... I mean, I would be like, hey, Savicom, listen. I need to know where you live. For no reason. Oh god, don't. Don't, Jobin, don't. Don't destroy that innocence. I need that innocence. There's a reason I tend to lean away from those kind of things, Mr. Red, and honestly, the reason is experience. I've told you this before, the joke gets old after a certain point, and I'm gonna be honest, I think this game has officially stopped being funny. This is just ridiculous. I mean, honestly, the fact that they needed to wait for his vision to glow Zactaf proves how stupid they are. He's Superman. The moment he showed up, they should have been like, oh, okay. You know what? Hang on. Let's go with more kind of Nier Automata music. Oh, I know, Javin. I was actually watching some of the speedrun of it. We are staring at the final dungeon, Dark Day. It's just we're being stalled until we get these 4 plot coupons that can power up the spaceship. So that's where we're at. No, my point, Zach Taft, is it's Superman. The moment Superman showed up, they should have been like, yeah, okay, you win. You know why? Because he's Superman. Yeah, you missed this earlier, Javan. I was explaining how easy it is. So we deliberately did the max gold, the underflow gold glitch. I was describing earlier the multiple ways it is easy to stumble into that glitch without meaning to. Oh, I loved some of the boss fights played well. In fact, one of my favorite boss fights in the whole game is from that. One of the few 3+ bosses I gave was for her inflorescence. God, that was such a good fight. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where we're going. Okay, so... this is very unhelpful directions. Okay. Okay, hang on. Oh, yeah. I mean, it kind of did. You didn't see it, Javan. I was showing on the screen earlier the block O text that the GameFAQ writer had. Completely unformatted. And very unhelpful in several cases. I think he was just like, you know, I'm good. Okay, so I'm looking for a stir case. There it is. He did, Javan. Credit where credit is due. So I guess I was wrong. So I mentioned the super optional dungeons that is just for these people. Yeah, they, there's actually 5 items, time lost, if that helps. They, you passed me. No, they're not mandatory. These are mandatory. The optional dungeons are, surprisingly, optional. Kill me, Evo! Kill me! Alright, alright, alright. So, where am I going? Okay, so... I mean, that's probably how you're intended to do it, Time Lost. This is not what I want. Whatever this is not what I want. This is an aspirin. Okay, that was extremely useless. Thank you for that, game. I'm glad that the 3rd shrine I encounter gave me an aspirin. The equivalent of a freaking awakening in Pokemon. Itemization. That's true. Bounty Hunter can't possibly be worse than this, right? Right? That's a thing, right? PS2 games have to be better than SNES games. It's a rule. It came out later. It's got 3D. That's one whole additional D. No, Javan, don't make me choose. Don't make me choose, Javan. Oh my god, Crazy Norse. Oh no, this is totally the in-game music. Definitely. This is FF14. Try X, yeah. Oh my god, are we gonna have to mute the Bounty Hunter stream? I didn't even think about that. How bad is it about the Star Wars music? No, you couldn't pull this off with SNES Tech. Got the Iridium. Oh, that's not good. I didn't even think about that. I did not even think about that. We could just risk the copy wrong. All it'll do is mute the game. On the VOD, specifically. That's... Alright, so we got the Iridium, Ultrium, Iridium. Now we need the Organium. And that's actually it. So... that's gonna be... oh my god, where the crap hell is this? I mean, I don't know if I can do that, Dark Day. The GTA games are uniquely designed to allow you to put in your own soundtrack into them. I could just... actually, I don't know if I can mute the music. It makes him feel special, Crazy Norse. Alright, so where am I going? Ah, I actually know where that shrine is. It's the only shrine I remember the location of. I'll just go here. I love how you can't use the airship as the second team. Bonus question. Do you think they deliberately designed it so you couldn't use the airship as the second team? Or it's just a tech oversight? Oh, yes, this is what I wanted out of my day today. Thank God for this! So who here likes vision? Do you like using your eyes? Secret of the Stars doesn't like you using your eyes. Screen is awful. Alright, so. This is a long one. It just hurts my eyes, Jake Fake Snake Cake. It doesn't look bad, it just literally hurts my eyes. I'm not actually... different kind of... like Hoth, we compared this over when we were covering Tor. Hoth actually looks good, other than the fact that it literally hurts my eyes. Yo, what are eyes? I've never heard of that. Alright, okay, so... alright. Steps to the south. North. That's a good point, Cycloud. That's a good point. We could get an item, but let's just leave. Steps to the east. South, corridor east, staircase down. Yeah, like I said, this is not whether or not this is a negative. I have to legitimately decide. Like, no memeing, no joking, no trying to make this funnier than it is. I'm gonna have to sit down and in a very boring, stupid tone and voice put on my business hat and decide how many negatives I'm going to shotgun at this section of the game. For these dungeons, for these samey dungeons, for the fact that this is mandatory, for a party you probably haven't really been leveling, for a party that can't use the airship, which is, even if I knew this and was doing it at the time, it's still pure backtracking. For items that I don't know I need, and nothing tells me I need them, and nothing tells me where they are. This is bad. This is really, really bad. This is impressive. Where am I going? Oh. Like, the gloves are on, but Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think we're in a race. I think this is a race, people. I think Mega Man X7 is staring at some honest-to-God competition. I think she means me summarizing what we're going through, Mr. Red. To epic music. Mega Man X7 looks at this as like, man, at least I got... Yeah, why do I hear boss music? Exactly! Time lost is officially past me. It's just way past me at this point. Oh... Oh, hang on, what's the next song? What's the next song? I'll allow that. This is what Mega Man X7 is hearing right now. Hang on, did I overflow my gold again? No, okay, we're okay. We're okay, because you can do that too. You can lose your gold too. This game was programmed on duct tape. Organium. We're now Nixon. You know, that's a good question, John. We don't even have the Metal Gear yet. Okay, we should be good because we got the Aquatalium in the previous dungeon. Okay, so get out of here. We can't ditch the loser team just yet. Almost there, almost there. Hang on, eye warning. Okay, we're good. Where's the bank? Yeah, one of the big distinctions is supposed to be that the can't remember how to pronounce it all of a sudden. The main team are all casters, and the secondary team is a more traditional RPG lineup. What? Hold up. What is going on in this room? Just look at this splendid stuff. I recognize this song. Hey, hey! I've played Lemmings before. This is a dance hall. Why don't you dance? Look at the dance More Eyes taught me. How do you like it? Stop me. I can't stop myself once I start practicing my spins. And she's dead. Hi, all of you. Let's have a ball today. Hang on. I want to test something real quick. Ready for it? Ready for it? Here we go. It's about an 11 or 12 second loop. That's impressive. So, do you mind explaining how you think that, Crazy Norse? Because it's possible. You know, there's a reason I do the audit run, right? But, in what manner, good sir? Only briefly in chat, Shadow Machine. Probably several, Javan. Remember, this was a team effort. This wasn't like Hisho, Miro, whatever, that we were talking about earlier. That game was made by one person. This game was made by a team. Well, Crazy Norse is valid, and as I said before, I don't need to invent reasons to step all over this game. This game's garbage. So, we need to make sure that we're not inventing reasons. Just because Hitler sucks doesn't mean we could yell at him for wearing pink. Okay, so I want to give the Iridium, the Ultrium, and none of us are ever going to have children, the Illidium, the Aspirin, accidentally, and the Organium. There we go. Yeah, this was made by a reputable and successful gaming company. Remember, Tecmo was doing well. Not super well. They weren't the biggest name in the game, but Tecmo made money. Like, they were doing fine when they decided to jump into the RPG market. Now, Cthulhu Saves the World. It's made by, like, 3 guys, I think. Or something like that. And it's better than this game. This was their first RPG. And as with several other games, we had a whole speech about this earlier. And by earlier, I mean yesterday. They didn't put time or effort or research or money into it. They just said, hey, RPGs are making money. Go make an RPG. And this is what we got. Okay, let me get this radioactive material out of here. Radioactive, radioactive. The funny thing, the difference, if you want to see, we mentioned this yesterday, the big difference between jumping into a new market and making a real effort of it, and jumping into a new market and not, and just throwing it together, is the difference between Suikoden 1 and Secret of the Stars. Sick of the music. Now, someone pick a number between 1 and 12, please. Eight. 4. We'll do it 4. Now let's double check our negatives, all right? I'm going to say these out loud. If you notice a contradiction, feel free to jump on me, okay? So we've got the intro, the auto battle system, the main story quest sections, the inventory being terrible, the second party problems, the walkthroughitis, a specific section of walkthroughitis, excuse me, a level, the save system, the grind problem, the lack of info in game, the graphics, the lack of guidance and flow, the music, the lack of guidance and flow, the power progression curve, the difficulty curve, the encounter rate, the core combat, the interface. There's the grind negatives right there. Now, hang on. Double checking. Yep, okay. Those are not repeatable grind negatives. So the former is for the fact that your party members start low. The latter is for the fact that the game's grindy in general. Then we have the difficulty curve, lack of itemization in dungeons and enemies and vendors. Then we have an MSQ sequence, Then we have the fact that you can only save at a specific dude in the entire game. Then we have unskippable cutscenes, the map design, the overall design, the music restart problem, that's our third and final music negative. The walkthroughitis for the Golden Nail section, the enemy variety or lack thereof, Booth Castle, Eye Cancer, Gara's Castle, Steeler's Lab. So I didn't catch any repeats there, but that's why I'm saying it out loud. To make sure. This is why I forgot a negative for the grass. No, I didn't forget that negative. There are all the negatives for that. Okay, so having done that, so, oh, you joking, time lost. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give every dungeon we just did a negative, just one. And you're probably thinking, but why? Because those dungeons aren't really the problems. So, the, what are they called? Custera. So that's one dungeon, one negative for the dungeons. Then I'm going to give 3 walkthroughitis negatives for this one section of the game. Because this is unacceptable. This is, without a joke, probably the actual worst walkthroughitis I have ever seen in gaming. Is this moment. The fact that you have to go. The fact, one negative. Crazy horse, one negative. The fact that nothing tells you need these items. Like, let me really walk through this in case you weren't paying attention, which I don't blame you if you weren't. So we walk in, having gotten the one item, we got Aquatalion or whatever, from the dungeon we just did. And we come here, and we walk, and it's like, hey, I found a switch. Hey, there's a spaceship with terrible music. Sweet. And you go into the terrible music spaceship. It's just Worf's Klingon opera. Don't worry about it. And you try to use it, and it says, when the 5 are together, you could be here. Now, you're thinking, oh, the 5 heroes, that's us. Nothing happens, because you need 5 radioactive items to bring them here. 4 of which you can only get with the Custera in dungeons that nothing anywhere, in any way tells you. It doesn't tell you that those items are mandatory. It doesn't tell you that you have to go and grab the damn things. It doesn't give you even the tiniest hint on where to pick them up. It doesn't tell you that they're in the Custera dungeon specifically for that matter. So you could scour. Picture this. Picture scouring the world on your airship, which you can use on your main party, going into every area, trying to figure out where to get these damn things, and failing at it because you have to go into them on the Custera. Your second party. I'm curious of something. Are we muted? Yep, okay, hang on. Honestly, I think Jake Fake Snake Cake is just a wizard who can just see the future. So, hang on. Yeah, I like how these quest items are taking up inventory slots in my limited inventory. That won't stack. Alright, so you see this Ocodalium? Trash. You can't trash that. Hang on. Might be not being over. Let's try all of them. Okay, you cannot trash those. So. Moving on. Maybe Crazy Horse at this point. I don't even know. I don't even know. Hang on, let's enjoy this bopping music for a second. You know, I think we found a tile set that's worse than the grass. Look at that nonsense. Board the mothership and face the final enemy. Okay. By the way, the recommended level for the final dungeon is level 33, for anybody wondering. What? What? 7 towns blown up now. I think we have officially passed FF2. Why are we going back into the volcano from the beginning of the game? The town's on top of the UFO. Oh, my bad. Back to 6 then. So about those boss refights. Here come the Aquitalians. I've been waiting. How stupid of them to oppose me. The powerful ruler of darkness, Tom Cruise. Recover my followers. You'll be the ones to destroy the Aquitalians. You better come. Come to my lair. And perish, Aquitalians. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay, how do we leave the town now that we're on the UFO? I would like to jump off the UFO, please. It is impossible to get out of here. Oh, that's walkable terrain. That did not look like walkable terrain. You know, he's right there. Can we just... Okay. Can none of them equip the royal sword? Oh, there we go. Because different teams use different colors. Although I'm actually not sure why that matters, but whatever. Okay. I did know about that glitch, yes, Joven. I don't remember the specific way to implement it, but I do know about the glitch. I mean, we're probably going to beat the game today, thankfully, Yura. If we added on... Oh, I don't know. If we weren't cheating, I would estimate about 2 more days with a walkthrough to get through this. And all of that would just be spent running into circle grinding. I would also be much less happy. I would have already lost my ability to be entertaining. It would be gone. I know. There's the joke. I'm not entertaining even when I'm doing it, but you get my point. That's what kind of just sticking out in the back of my mind. We're supposed to have random encounters for all this, if it's not obvious. And I'm just sitting here thinking, you know, for how bad this game is currently reviewing, it should be worse. Because we're cheating, and by definition are not seeing it at its absolute worst. It can and would go down from here. And something about that kind of bothers me a little. Probably because they are von Falkenstein. I am Dram. Lord Tom Cruise has brought me back to life. Down with you! Biodram! I don't know what to say about that. Honestly, I don't. This guy can hit for 140 damage per attack, apparently. Up to 3 times per attack. That's it, apparently, but that's his mechanic. At level 99, we have 600 health. We're supposed to be about level 30. I'm honestly surprised by that, Joven. Oh, we have to do them in order. Okay. Oh my god, it's the same thing. This is technically the final dungeon, isn't it? Let me scroll forward a little bit. Yeah, we're actually in the final dungeon. This is the final dungeon. So we've started the outro. Yeah, this is a good time to correct your guess for the golden number. If you haven't gotten your guess in, this is a great time to do it. There's your range up there in the upper left. Okay. Like, if you're wondering how bad can get, X7 is our current worst. By a margin, as you can see. Also, I just realized this is now the second time the Kustera are mandatory. And that means the 2 times the Kustera are mandatory are immediately before the final dungeon and in the final dungeon. Please think about that for a second. Please picture, it's Thursday. I've been grinding my face off, not cheating. Finally got my party up to like level 35, maybe 40-ish. Get to the last dungeon. Find out that I have to do it on both parties. And my other party is like level 10. Ha ha ha! It's all because of Tom Cruise that we met. We both bid you a farewell fight. That's 100 damage per character. That's impressive. No. Only the primary party gets combo mechanics. Yeah, fair enough, Javin. This is the in-game music. Guys, I just realized something. This is the final dungeon. Now, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. When we started this game a while ago, what are we looking at here? And why did the audio turn up? Don't do that. So we started the game, and I walked a few steps south, and the first thing I noticed was bad tile work, bad color palette. It's these. Look at the tiles I'm walking on. The grays and the light orange brown. Do you see that color? Look at that color very carefully for a second. Does that look familiar? It also has the exact same dungeon music every other dungeon in the game has had. So that's 2 strikes. If I had a save state at the end, last dungeon of Mystic Quest, I could explain to you how monstrously bad this is. Oh, right, wrong team. Like, this is the final dungeon. You know me. I'm always harsher about intros and outros. What is this? What is this nonsense? Imagine if you got the end of, oh, I don't know, Final Fantasy IV, and instead of the crystalline core, you got the same cave with the same dungeon music from the first dungeon of the game, from the Mist Cave. And that's the final dungeon. It really wants me to swap here, doesn't it? Did we come in this way? I think we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, final dungeons, in many ways, can make or break a game. The truly memorable final dungeons hold games up. Mass Effect 2. Many Mega Man games. Final Fantasy 4 and 6. In a different direction, but Half-Life 2. Now I'm trying to think of other genres final dungeons. I'm trying to think of things other than RPGs, and I'm failing because my brain is turned into this gelatinous thing that's just kind of sloshing around my skull right now. How much is it going for on eBay, Yura? If and you don't mind. I mean, Tecmo made some decent games before this, so... 180 bucks. Wow. Ah, Savicom. What can I say? Ah, yada. And yeah, you know I'm not actually fond of the FF7 Final Dungeon. But it's still better than this. Did it come from that direction? It did. Let me just make my point in the most succinct way possible. Okay, I wasn't expecting that to hit me. I think I'm just emotionally vulnerable right now, because holy crap. You know what, Chavin? You're right. I actually really like the Ultimatia's Castle in FF8. I think it's one of the better last dungeons in FF history. I think it's got a very unique concept, and it's got some good optionalness to it, and some good boss design, and some good layout. It also has fantastic music. So, you know, got that going for it. Ironically, I would say most Final Fantasy games don't have a great last dungeon. 6 does. Kefka's Tower is legit. 4's actually has... 4's has some issues, but 4's is still, I would say, a good last dungeon. I would also say that about 5's. 5 has a really good series of last dungeons. I don't like 7's. I like 8's. I don't like 9's. 9 basically doesn't even have a last dungeon. I really don't like 10's, and I absolutely hate 12's. Both of them. And 13's sucks, and 3's is one of the worst. 2's is bad, and 1 is okay. So, yeah, it's actually... I think it's more bad than good. But those good ones... Oof. Six was an evolution dungeon. And I think that's one of the reasons it works so well. Because 6's dungeon design is the same dungeon design that's been used in almost every other dungeon up until 6. Or, sorry. Up until the last dungeon in 6. It's just, hang on a second. Didn't make this one happen. You know what? Fine. It's just they incremented a little bit to make it just a little bit better. So, first of all, they have good enemy distribution, good enemy variety, good reward on enemies, and good reward on itemization. There's lots of good treasure, and all of it is worthwhile for a large party, which is what FF6 is all about, having a very large crew of people, right? So, good enemy design, good encounter design, good visuals, good music, and good itemization. So that's already just good dungeon design. But then you add in the multiple party mechanic, which is an extension of what they've been doing arguably since the beginning of the game, but especially from the Phoenix Cave, which was the prototype for this. So you have kind of what's going on here, except instead of trying to do these narrow, stupid, boring corridors of trying to figure out what to interact with next, you go through this whole massive section and you find like either a switch you can hit or a platform you can stand on, which will either permanently or temporarily change one of the other party members' routes. And then there's like a logical, natural flow to it, other than instead of the nonsense we're doing right now. This is a hedge maze with a couple of switches. Kefka's Tower is the 3 people trying to conquer a place that arguably couldn't be beaten with merely a party of 4 people. And most of the things you don't do aren't just arbitrary switches like we're doing here, but instead are changing the dynamic of how the terrain operates. There's also lots of save points that are very strategically placed throughout it, and tons of bosses, most of which are optional, but all of which are rewarding. That is how you do this kind of dungeon properly. Now, let's go fight the boss. I can find the boss music. I never thought I'd see you again. This is time, I'll destroy you. I mean, FF6 on Falkenstein. So, for those of you who didn't see this last time, yes, she's wielding a crop. Alright, real question. How many of you are picturing the sound effects to Mystic Quest boss encounters right now in your head? Time for the no really final dungeon. There it is. Ah, I don't like that final dungeon. What else we got? How about... Speaking of final dungeons. Two. But good guess, Jobbins. It's the same composer. Oh, actually, I mean, you kind of already answered me, though, Von Falkenstein. FF6 already has enemy design, boss design, item design, and dungeon design that works in favor of large parties. So, in FF6, you're encouraged to have more than one party fully geared at a time, right? And, of course, there's different ways to gear you up, so that kind of leads into build gameplay as well. The distinction is that FF6 only has 2 dungeons that require you to take multiple parties, Phoenix Cave and Kefka's Tower. So the answer is just make more of them. Make more of the dungeons multi-party. That's why I say just do what FF6 does. Make sure you have the proper itemization, make sure you have the right dungeon design, right enemy design, right encounter design, right boss design, and all of that informs having multiple parties that all can kind of move forward simultaneously. That's how you do it. Well, I don't know anything about the Bad Batch, but probably Zach Deft. Lord Tom Cruise's power brought me to this world. Take this! I don't remember the name of the song. Oh, there it is. You are truly a madman, Time Lost. Yeah, I'm just going over on the side. And I'm like, Gary, distract the enemy while I charge. Okay! Here I come! Whoosh, 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 whoosh. You know, down. Or how about... Oh, jeez, that actually hurts. You know what I love about this boss song? It hasn't looped yet. It's not that long of a loop, but still, it's better than a lot in this era. Oh god, it's in my hair! Okay, we're okay. Okay, no more good music. It's time to beat the game. God damn, time lost. Yeah, music, there's a reason I think a lot of people tend to like games that have good soundtracks. It's okay, we're definitely done. I think we actually have a unique song. Alright, here we go. It's time to go into the volcano, which is Tom Cruise's hair. Why did you build him in a volcano? Well, see, I've mentioned that, Javan, because I've noticed people will defend, let's be honest with ourselves, bad games because they have good or unique, or both, soundtracks. So, I'm just going to be honest with y'all. Right now, I'm at 3 negatives for the outro, as of this moment in time. If this game gets worse, it will go up from that. Or down, or however you want to think of that. But the point is, we are currently at 3 negatives to outro. That's all the gameplay. I got nothing to say about the story. No, you're right. I'm actually at 4 because we have the boss refights. I'll be nice. I'm not going to give those a separate negative. So just 3. We're just at 3. It's not a Mega Man situation. Well, you see, Javan, we're here to... What is this last dungeon? This is the final dungeon of the game. Slowly going in a circle. In a blank... Look at this! Look at this! Look at the visual design on your screen right now. Look at it. I feel like shoving a dog into a sweat stop they made on the frickin' lawn. Look at this! Dirt. Blank emptiness. That's it! No, I don't think you're processing. That's the problem. Like, we're all just kind of skipping over it. Yeah, of course it looks terrible. No, really think about it for a second. Really process that this is the last dungeon of the game. Why do you have a chair? Yeah, I didn't even care. You finally made it here. Oh, wait, sorry. You finally made it here! Welcome to Aquatillions. Your power cannot harm me. Jaguar, you are the first to greet our guests. What's wrong? Jaguar, why don't you fight? You're foolish. I knew you would betray me. Jaguar, no. Bosun! Lorshock. I already knew that you were a spy sent from the future. Oh my god, it was Bosun all along. Tom Cruise, look at my face. You should recognize this face. You. Tom Cruise, it was I who helped you when you came to the future. I have taught you all of the science of the future. All of it! Wow, that's actually really impressive. How long did that take you? However, you betrayed the future and wanted to rule with darkness. I knew it was all my fault. So I have come from the future to destroy you myself. Tom Cruise, you shall fall before me. Fool, I don't remember you.
Now, feel my wrath!
Look, Tom Cruise.
Now it is time for you, children! Come!
Okay. There he is, the greatest evil ever. Mist thing. So, we can't hit him. We hit him for 2! Wow, we hit him for 2 damage. So, let's speed this up a little. Yeah, it's gonna take a minute. Hang on, let's try a combo attack here. I'll use Fire 3, while Tina uses Freeze 3. While Cody uses Storm 3. While Leona uses Bolt 3. Let's do it. Combo time! Ultra combo, combo. Devastate! Spelled wrong. That's it? That's the spell effect for a quad attack? Oh my god. And then we died. No! No! This is just an illusion of Tom Cruise. Yeah, no, I know. I've seen Top Gun. Runner. The metal sword. Without the metal sword, you cannot beat Tom Cruise. Go to the red fountain with this. Got a QT stone.
I won't let you do it!
Yep, it's a cutie stone. I guess that's as close as we're getting. Except we're already there, right. Apparently we need to... We can't teleport from inside the UFO. I mean, from inside the volcano. Why? Well, you see... Shut up, that's why. Can I, like, leave now? You know, the best part, the longer this takes, the less likely I'm going to feel like actually doing a video about this game. I'm actually really tempted not to, anyways. That's a Fountain of Actos. He's giving me the Actos intolerant. It would be a lamentation. This game is a lamentation, without question. Got Metal Sword. We did it. We got the Metal Sword. Runner, my son, whom you care about. Tom Cruise is shrouded by a false appearance. Break it by this orb. Right next to the orb? Okay. Wolfenstein was one. Crazy North Star. I think that was this year. Oh my god. It really is the Zeromas fight. That's okay, that's okay. I don't even care. Yep, it's definitely going to teleport us right back to the final boss, which we were just at. There's a lot of logic to that. Obviously, that's going to happen. Obviously. I mean, it's not like it wouldn't do that, right? Right? It's going to teleport me out of here in general, right? X7 was absolutely a lamentation. My god. Okay. 4 reallys. No really. Final boss time. Let's see what the final boss song is. Most games, even bad games, have... Oh my god, do we have to go through the whole spiral again? Do we have to go down the entire spiral again? We have to do the final dungeon walk twice? With random encounters, which we have turned off, of course. Still not as bad as Infinity Dungeon. Nothing's as bad as Infinity Dungeon. I do think Mother 1 would be net negative. In addition to several critical design flaws in Mother 1, there's parts of it that are very unfinished and very undesigned. Oh, that's just Breath of Fire 5, Valerian. And that's a joke for about 3 of you. No, no, no. If you ever hear me say Infinity Dungeon, I'm referring to only one thing. The final dungeon of Breath of Fire 2. One of the worst last dungeons in gaming history. If not the worst. Tom Cruise. Alright. I will use item. Which I have. There it is. Use light orb. Ah, sure. Let's buff. Why not? Let's get some buff going on. Power. Fast. Oh god, you're right. There's no final boss sprite there. It's just... evade. And you defend. Nothing happened. Yeah, hence homunculus. So, well, let's see what an artificial human looks like. What? That... Okay, I don't mean to complain, but even in this game, When the cat evolved, it changed its appearance. Whatever. Yep. Let's see, so, outro. Oh, we did it! Wow, that was easy. We did it, we beat the game. Everything's cool forever. Correct, that is not a unique boss song. That's the normal boss song. Oh, yeah. So, could someone type exclamation mark guess real quick, please?
Light Orb. I was defeated by the last Aquatalions. Because of it. Hang on. Let me lock down the guessing guess game really quick. Just give me a moment. There we go. But I'm not afraid of it any longer. I get new power owing to Rimstera. This time, a final battle.
I have no idea what I'm looking at, but I suppose that's normal for games like these. At least we have a unique song. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I think the Great Doctor, when he was designing his artificial human, should probably have removed the extra spines and the double mouths coming out of the stomach. Like, maybe just try to make a regular old human, buddy. You know, I just realized that at least when we were fighting the spirit things, we were fighting them in some space thing. We're just like, we're in some volcano. Why are you here, Tom Cruise? Why have you been hanging out here when you woke up, like, hours ago? Like, what are you doing? Time? Yeah, I think that's it. Wow, there's not even a proper defeat effect. He just goes away. FF4 did better than that with regular bosses. Never mind Zeromus. Okay. We did it! In case you missed that. Aw. Darn. Aw, darn. That's the first thing the final boss of pure evil who wants to rule the world of darkness says after the end. Aw, darn. Oh my god. Aquatalion, I will be reborn. Reborn? You're an artificial person. You are not some eldritch being. You are not the embodiment of hatred. You're a lab baby. You're a test tube bug. Born into darkness, hate humans. I will hate you. Who brought me back to life forever. What? Tom Cruise, my dearest son, come back to me. To me. Pericles, I hate you too. Wow! What? I hate you too. Wow! I can't even make this up at this point. Like, sometimes I will say things that are not actually on screen when it comes to reading this out loud, for the sake of humor, or snarking. I've just been reading the dialogue straight, because I can't make this up. That's the second time that volcano's gone off. First time was because of explosives. Runner. Tina. Cody. Leona. Dan. Thank you. Farewell. What? And then Lavos breaks out, and yet the future refused to change. We just have a UFO town now. Oh, sorry, we had a UFO town. I just wanted to make the experience smoother, Javan. Seems like we are alive. Yep. I couldn't imagine what could have happened to us. Where is Runner and his friends? Still inside the UFO? Maybe those guys are going back to the future. What? We destroyed Tom Cruise anyway, so they can't taste my plum crops that I planted? Kid, we finally got a new home. But their real home is somewhere in another world. That's not how it works. I bet everyone wants to return to his or her own true home. Because this is Star Trek. They are our one and only friends. You shouldn't ask for impossible. Okay. But I believe they are coming back here again. Someday. Why don't we wait until then? They have a time machine, dude. They have the epoch. They're fine. Yes, his name is Uncle Save. Guess what gameplay feature he presents for you, Django? Come back, Runner. You fought enough. You are from the future. Really? I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me that I am from the future, Dad. You will soon greet the future. Come here, Runner. Runner. I mean, it's... I can't... It doesn't work that way, Jocko. Yes, they did, Crazy Norse. Go. Marty! Marty, you gotta go back to the future! Everybody, I'm back, says the entire group. Welcome home, and welcome to Walker. I'm curious what the tragedy is in Japanese. Like, I'm obviously missing it. That's probably supposed to be stars, but that looks like flower petals. I can't believe I'm saying this. I want to give the outro a plus to story. Keisuke Kuboki. Sir and or madam, you were overworked. I can tell. Please, seek help. We will do everything in our power to get you away from the bad people. The rest of y'all can suck it, but that person... Yes, Sacktaft. Garrus is an excellent sniper. He can outshoot most people. Game caused by... My god. Okay. Well, we're in a UFO going through space. Star Wars, obviously. That's it? That's the ending? Is this it? Ah! And that's the story of the Aquatilions. Well, I've told of a rare adventure. But that's okay. I wonder what kind of adventure awaits. Didn't we just do this? Are you gonna play the credits again? Nope. Okay, that's it. That's the ending. The music stops at a certain point. The music just stops playing at a certain point. They didn't loop the music, you know, like you do in a video game. So the music just stops. Nothing. My final rating for this game is a Tecmo Secret of Starves out of 10. This has become a new standard. Oh, God. Oh, God, Evo. You are already dead. Okay, hang on. I got work to do. Hang on. Uh, you know what? This is this game in a nutshell. Give me a minute. We might actually come up with more negatives. That's how that works. We gotta do this all fair and proper like. If this game, I've said it already, but in case you haven't heard me say this, if this game beats X7, I'm actually okay with that. The game score would be lower, played Jamal. We talked about that earlier. That's one of those, there's no real good way around that problems. And I accept that. Accuracy is nice for a review, but has limits. It's like in FF14, why you remember how we deliberately used a flying mount and a high-level character to do quests in FF14 for ARR? That absolutely made the score better than it would be, and I'm okay with that, because accuracy has to take a backseat at some point. There are limits. Hey, Savacom, was it worth it? I'm sorry, that sounds like one of those, oh yeah, no, legitimate question. Since you pretty much funded this, was it worth it? So I don't mean this as a complaint in any way, Savacom. But last night I was so exhausted from how much energy it took to simultaneously do all the normal things I do and not sink into, you know, Blug, right? It's really easy to just sink into Blug when it comes to playing a game this bad. So trying to stay positive effectively while doing it was an effort. I'm not complaining, like I said. It's just, it was interesting because last night I was so tired my brain wasn't working. I couldn't get the right words out. I was that tired. It's okay, we're playing Django Fett tomorrow. On mute! Oh, God. I hate you too. Wow! And that's the final lines. God, that's great. That's so great. You know what? I think I have a much better image for what's going on the screen right now. So instead of this, let's just kill this off. And let's pull this up. This, I think, is an accurate representation of that game. Oh my god. Okay. 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 Business mode. Let's do this. Let's do this. Yep, that's a negative. Wow, I'm 5 seconds into the audit and I've come up with a new negative. See you around, Jake. Have a good one. Okay. Hang on. We had some positives, too. Where do we put so bad it's good? I can't remember what category we put that in. Yeah, let me look up Mega Man X7. This should help me out here. I think I put it under humor. That feels correct. Yep, there it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, ironically, gameplay cannot be so bad it's good. That's the funny thing. Only story can be. Gameplay can only be bad or good. If it's so bad it's good, then it's good. We've actually talked about this before when discussing the concept of jank. A perfect example of that is Trine, well, honestly, any of the Trine games, but especially Trine 3, which is exceptionally janky and absolutely a ball to play because it's ridiculous. Okay, so now that we've done that, now we can move forward a little bit. What do we got here? Let's go forward. But again, even in Trine's case, that is simply good gameplay. It is not so bad it's good gameplay, it is merely good. Oh, good, Evo. Excellent. Could you mail me some? I could use some right now. I'm this close to just ordering sushi. Don't think I deserve it. I just don't think I care right now. Oh, wow, that good, huh, Evo? I'll accept that. So how bad do we think that outro was, for real? That's right, there's no Kustera finale. They just stopped being relevant to the story. Thanks for the help with the final legend. Bye! Aw, darn. Yeah, no, a lot of games just kind of stop. That's not even just an old problem. There are modern JRPGs that just sort of stop. Frankly, Tales of Arise had a pretty bad outro story-wise, too. And that game came out this year. So it's not an it's not an isolated problem. In fact, let's look at some of the other games here. We've got other RPGs to compare against. Yeah, honestly, looking at some of this list, I think 2 negatives is justified, but not 3. 2 it is. Hey, Laser Japan. With that, we're not done yet. Hang on, hang on. I'm gonna give a negative for voice acting. Any complaints? I'm joking. But that's negative 27 net to story. Hang on. There's only one thing we've ever covered that is worse than that in pure story. Or Jedi Knight. Just the Jedi Knight arc. Nothing else has had that bad of a story score. And I stand by that. This is the worst story I've covered. Now let's look at the gameplay. This is going to take me a minute. I got a lot of things to put in, so give me a minute, give me a minute. Anybody got any music requests? Probably from something I actually know. Or have. LTTP. Okay, so I don't actually have LTTP. But I'll give you LTTP Plus. How's that sound? You know, you say that, Maverick. Is it different from the one we already saw, by the way? I haven't even looked at it yet. Better I've been busy. L, there it is. Alright. Who plays Tom Cruise, then? Wait, Savakam. You have to play Tom Cruise. I want to hear your best. Aw, darn! Yeah, we need to contact Tom Cruise. Listen, we need you to do something for us. It's silly and it's kind of for a joke, but it's all in good fun. You with us? You know what's really weird is, by every account, Tom Cruise is actually kind of a legit guy in real life. He'd probably go for something like that. You know, assuming he had the time. Which would be the tricky part. I'm not sure what he's working on right now. Other than bathing in his millions of dollars from Top Gear 2. What did I say, Dr. Winter? Top Gear. You can tell what I got on the brain. Tonight, we get Tom Cruise to play his own evil, villainous self in a video game. We get Savakam to play his father. And we get Crazy Norse to jump upside down and be put on fire. Yeah, there's no brain left. Brain be gone, brain no go. Dodo, no do. Some say that he legitimately thinks Mega Man X7 is the greatest RPG he's ever played. And some people believe that he actually enjoys pineapple on pizza. All we know is he's called the Stig. I'm gonna ignore chat for a minute, because I've got a lot of things to pump in, and I want to make sure I get all of them. It's not often we give this many negatives to graphics, but by golly, they found a way. It's actually kind of impressive if you think about it. Like, really. Savacom's torturing me! Help! Help! You know, hang on. It's a good idea. We're going to switch songs. It's going to be a little loud. Just a little. I'll turn it down in a minute. Don't worry. There's just another song I kind of want to hear here. I think it'll be appropriate. Turn it down a bit. Just for you, Maverick. And anybody else who likes this song. You know what's funny? One of the things I like about doing this particular audit is it helps to bring into focus why things are the way they are. Some games, like Mass Effect 3, for example, a lot of their negatives are concentrated in the same spots. A lot of their positives, too, actually. So you can tell it did this and this and this really, really well or really, really poorly. You know what's fascinating about this game? It doesn't have that. Almost none of its negatives are piling up in a single area. It's just having negatives in every area. Yeah, it's an all-rounder. There's honestly something impressive about that. It's like the inverse of Chrono Trigger. I'm sorry, I'm still popping in the stuff that we have already. I'm down to the 50s now. Then we can actually run through it. Good, Venters. Yeah, no, this is what you get when Star Wars fails. You know, I've talked about that concept before, when something just kind of lucks into success. This is lucking into failure. You know, I was thinking to myself, what if one of the people who made this game, which this would never happen, of course, but what if one of them actually did see one of these streams? Or the final review or something. And you know, honestly, while I feel bad for you and all, the game you put out sucked. So... You know, I believe that, Javan. Thank God, someone understands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, all joking aside, you're probably right. They probably would look at this like, yeah, no, that game was terrible. Of course, Ventures, all 5 of those positives are legit. Okay, before we go any further, how replayable do you think this game is? Alright, So, for those of you not aware, most games, one of the biggest questions I ask right at the very, very end, and I always ask for audience opinion on this, is replayability. Because replayability is a very malleable, ill-defined thing on purpose. 5 people speedrun this game. Now, if that sounds like a lot, I remind you that 12 people speedrun Quest 64, which is up there in the corner. I think says everything it needs to. I mean, what Javan says might not be a joke. I forget what that's called. It's like welfare world records or something like that. But there is such a thing as finding a game nobody else speedruns, throwing together a run, you know, putting enough effort in to put together a real run, and then being like, yep, free world record. I'm almost there, Cadet White Swan. Sorry, give me a second. Give me a second. I kept wanting to say Mog, because I'm very out of it right now. I might do the video tomorrow. Good God. Well, no, that's exactly what happens. One person adds it to the list to get a free world record, and someone else says, oh, I could stomp that time, and then does so. And then you get 5 people running a game. Honestly, I'm actually kind of okay with that. I think that's kind of wholesome in a weird way. You know? As long as they're not being dicks about the competition. It's a neat way to kind of push people. It's how the Awful Block got started in GDQ, actually. Was a bunch of speedrunners would pop onto terrible, terrible games And they would talk about them to their friends speedrunners who would be like, oh, I could run that. And that kind of became a thing. I believe... Nope. Do we think visual distinction is 2 or 3 negatives? I'm leaning towards 2. But I could see 3. Although now that I'm thinking that in my head, I think I take it back. I think I agree with 3. Because, well, no, because the thing is, I was thinking of some NES RPGs which have really bad visual distinction. But then I remember even those ones know how to make the chest in a dungeon a different color than the tile of the dungeon. And most of those you can see the switches to interact with. So... Oh no, I threw this. This is from Chrono Trigger. Adventures there. See, that's just an image. And the fact that they kept doing the gray on gray thing really bothered me. Like it was the most predominant colors in the whole game was gray. That would be it then. Negative 72 to gameplay, and may God have mercy on your soul. Let's get our golden number. That is an impressive 1.83 negatives per hour to story and 4.89 negatives to gameplay per hour. With a story ratio of 6.45% and a gameplay ratio of 3.85. I'm going to ignore that for a second. Do some more math really quick. Ignoring. This, we might actually have an issue here. Nope, we're okay. All right. I've got the golden number. This is history in the making. At the bottom, Mega Man X7 with negative 50.46. Right above that, at Quest 64 with negative 45.23. Right above that, our third worst game ever reviewed, Star Trek Shattered Universe at negative 34.11. Ladies and gentlemen, Tecmo's Secret of the Stars gets negative 60.51. We have broken through the bottom of the barrel by 10. And if you don't understand the math, please understand that's insane. That is such a bonkers increase in score. And you know what? Sitting, thinking about it, processing, I stand by that. We've all had fun. I'd like to think we've all had fun the last 2 days, and I have gone way out of my way to try and make this as fun and enjoyable as I possibly can. But this game is gutter trash. This is now, as of this moment in time, the third worst game I think I've ever played in my entire life, surpassed only by Hoshi, etc., and Final Fantasy XIV 1.0. This is impressively bad. If you ever would like to sit down, get into RPG design, I've done a lot of discussions over the years about it, but I strongly recommend, and I mean this, I strongly recommend you sit and figure out what this game did, and don't do that. And that's not a meme, and that's not a joke. This is a value. As I've said before, there's a value in reviewing bad games, bad movies, bad shows. And this is a good way to understand what not to do. Exactly, Jobin. Learn from other people's mistakes. These mistakes have already been made. Don't fall into the same pits. They're already filled with people. Notice the signs. Pay attention. Do your research. Do your homework. Look at this and say, not that. Big piece of advice I give to anybody creatively or productively. Now, I believe I got a donation in the middle of all that nonsense. Where's my donation page? There it is. There it is. I've got so many walkthrough pages up right now. Oh my god. I've got, so in case you're wondering, I had the Game Facts walkthrough, and then the walkthrough that Time Lost shared, and then the map from that walkthrough, and then the map from the manual, which I could actually read the labels better on, and then a page which had the individual stage maps, so like I could navigate some of the dungeons. That's 5 walkthroughs for this game. I had 5 walkthroughs for this game while cheating. Oh my god, that's that's more money than I was thinking it was, Savacom. Hang on, hang on. Let's figure out who won the guessing game first. Give me a second. Did someone pull it up? Screw it, I'll just pull it up. I'll just pull it up. Yes. Yeah, and while glitching too. And while glitching. Okay, so it was negative 60.51. 60.51. What do we got? What do we got? Daniel Dort guessed positive 60. I'm not sure I could have completed this game, Ventures. I want you to picture something, Ventures. I want you to picture I spent the next 2 days, roughly, grinding, just grinding. And then I want you to imagine that at the end of that, I find out I have to do all that grinding again on the second party to progress through the game. And yeah, it would have been very unfun. There would have been no audience. People would have just started. We've already honestly had a pretty low viewing figures for this game. Not surprising. Those viewing figures would have plummeted. Nobody would have wanted to watch that. So that would probably fall into the incomplete category. This is actually going to be kind of close between a couple of people, I think. Unless I'm reading wrong, which it looks like I am actually reading wrong. So never mind. No, yeah, I think it's Dr. Winter. I think it's Dr. Winter, who guessed negative 58.2. Oh my goodness. So that's also going to the Darkest Dungeon. I'll go ahead and jot down. Tomorrow! Tomorrow, we play a PS2 game, which I've never played before. Completely unfamiliar. Don't know anything about it. So I don't know if it's good, bad, or in between. But what I do know is that it's a Star Wars game. So I'm going to have to spend some time tonight and tomorrow morning figuring out how exactly I'm going to stream this game, because I don't feel like being copy-wronged into oblivion. Either way, I'll see you all next time. And now that I've said that, and